Now please welcome to the stage the Senior Vice President of the American Red Cross Service to the Armed Forces, Koby Langley.
One more hand for Norm. I mean, that's just truly amazing, man. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So it's really my distinct pleasure to serve in the long lineage of amazing Americans that have led the business line that takes care of our men and women in uniform and our veterans. This is a lineage that dates back over 135 years. The very first mission of the American Red Cross was to serve our wounded, ill, and injured service members on the Civil War battlefield. Today, we have more than 12,000 volunteers in over 118 military installations and over 100 VA facilities serving our men and women in uniform. That long lineage, yep, absolutely. That long lineage of service allows us to meet and get to know some truly amazing Americans. And today, this evening, I'm honored to introduce you to one of these amazing veterans. The Tiffany Circle is a society of women leaders and philanthropists. By investing $10,000 annually in the American Red Cross mission, each of these women follow in the footsteps of a long line of women leaders who have helped the American Red Cross serve the American public in times of war and peace, with disaster assistance, blood collection, safety training, support to our military families, and other community assistance services. We have a number of Tiffany Circle members here in the room tonight, and I would ask each of them to please stand and be recognized for their amazing contributions to our mission. Another mission of the American Red Cross Tiffany Circle is to recognize and to honor distinguished veterans. And tonight I will be announcing the Tiffany Circle Distinguished Warrior Woman Honoree. The local Tiffany Circle annually presents the Tiffany Circle Distinguished Woman Warrior Award to either an active duty or retired servicewoman who best exemplifies these traits. This year, we're privileged to honor Major Jazz Boothe with this award. Jazz is a Chicago native. Go Cubs. She's also a disabled veteran, a cancer survivor, an author who gave 15 years of service to this great nation. She deployed during Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Enduring Freedom, and her military career has been dedicated to working with and advocating for soldiers and their family members. But she wasn't done. After Jazz left the military, she founded Final Salute, Inc. in November of 2010 as a part of her commitment to never leave a fallen comrade. Final Salute has assisted over 2,000 women, veterans, and children in over 30 states and territories. Jazz has won countless awards for her leadership and community impact. Here's a short video highlighting some of her amazing accomplishments.
Final Salute that helps homeless female veterans get back on their feet. Like any woman, because it's the same exact situation that my mom was in. So anybody who needs help, assistance, home, shelter, like anything that can be provided, my mom provides for women who are previous veterans and are also, struggling.
When Jazz came to me with the idea to start Final Salute, it was a very scary moment because to myself, I'm like, well, isn't this what the VA does, or any of those military affiliated organization that's out there? But the more we looked into it, there was nothing there to help female veterans that was solely dedicated to a woman in service.
We have 3 different programs at Final Salute. We have our housing program, which is our primary program, which provides transitional housing to women veterans and their children for a period of up to 2 years. And our SAFE program is where we prevent homelessness through emergency financial assistance. People ask me, what's the solution for homelessness among veterans? Is it more housing? And I said, no, it's a very simple solution. It's less homeless veterans. So if you can keep them where they are, we're bridging some of those gaps. If they're between jobs and they've, fell behind on rent, utilities, things like that. If you can help them just bridge that gap, then they can stay where they are and they don't have to hit rock bottom and become homeless. Our 3rd program is called our stand-up program. This is where we provide free of charge business clothing, shoes, accessories, purses. We give them free makeovers and free professional photos for their LinkedIn profiles. When I got out of active duty in 2013 and had to go into the civilian sector to find a job, I realized I hadn't dressed like a girl in 13 years. And it was a significant life experience to try to put an outfit together, to try to figure out what to do with your hair, to try to figure out what kind of makeup to wear. We have image consultants that are there and people they can talk to show them, how to put, pieces together and how to make, 5 pieces last a week by changing the shirt or the skirt and things like that. So it's not overwhelming.
It's extremely personal for Jazz.
She's the perfect person to run the situation because she's intelligent, and then she can put all this into action, and she can also always empathize with these people and saying, hey, I've been here before, and this is how I did it.
So around the time that I was experiencing cancer and Katrina, I lost my grandfather, and I received the Red Cross message. And because of that Red Cross message, I was able to go and pay my final respects to my grandfather. And because of those experiences with the Red Cross, I've always donated blood. And this is very significant because I do not like needles. But it's my way of saying thank you to the Red Cross.
Congratulations, another award under your belt, and you deserve everything. Every success that you have achieved, you deserve it.
Please join me. Please join me in honoring our Tiffany Circle Distinguished Woman Warrior, Jazz Boothe, who is also joined here tonight by her husband and former Marine combat veteran, Jamel Boothe, Jr.
Wow. I always get emotional when I see my family because I've been through so much, and I couldn't be where I am without them today. So I sincerely want to thank my husband, my son, and the rest of my families for supporting me along my journey. Thank you. And thank you, Koby, for that lovely introduction. I also want to thank you to leadership staff, volunteers of the American Red Cross, and also a special thank you to the American Red Cross Tiffany Circle for this very honorable recognition. I also want to thank my team at Final Salute, the Miss Veteran America organization, for their support for the last 6 years of when I went into this organization not knowing how to run a nonprofit, where I was going to get money from, or where we were going to end up. But I do believe that, God never gives us a failing mission, even though he doesn't give us a blueprint. Over 2 million women have served this country with honor. And I think some people forget about their service and sacrifice. But we've come a long way from when we first raised our right hands to serve our country, and even before that, when we served disguised as men. Since raising our right hand, again, over 2 million of us must have served this country. Over 100 have given their lives in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom and Operation Iraqi. I'm sorry, I am just so flustered tonight. But thank you for bearing with me. It's rare that I get choked up, but it's just an extreme honor to just stand here and be here through everything that I have experienced. We've had 3 women who have become 4-star generals, which is a great accomplishment. And we've also had women to show their intestinal fortitude by becoming Ranger qualified. So when everyone now can tell your daughters and your granddaughters that they do anything like a girl, they can proudly respond with, "You're damn right I do." With World War II being a theme of the evening, I want to talk to you really quick about a World War II veteran that I met in June. Her name was Serena Vine, and unfortunately, I met her after she had passed. I received a Facebook inbox message that a homeless World War II veteran died in the VA hospital with no living relatives, never been married, never had any children, and there were 4 people who were going to attend her funeral, and the VA was going to accept a flag on her behalf. And I found that completely unacceptable for a woman who had did so much for her country. So we had about 72 hours notice, but we were able to pull together over 200 people to give her a proper burial. Women veterans are currently the fastest growing homeless population in America due to the lack of supportive services for them. And that is where I have dedication, my mission as being a formerly homeless woman veteran due to Hurricane Katrina and due to a cancer diagnosis within 30 days of each other. And throughout my career, I have been touched by the Red Cross in several areas that you've seen by the video. I've been on the receiving end of a Red Cross message during my mobilization. I've also had to deliver to one of my soldiers a Red Cross message. And what's really funny is being born and raised in Chicago, I went to Clara Barton Elementary School and didn't know the significance of that until later on in life. So it just seems like the Red Cross has been watching over me for a very long time. And so for the services they provided me and my soldiers and other military people and veterans, like I said, I don't like needles, but I give blood to say thank you, unlike my husband who's very frugal and does it to just get a free t-shirt. So I'm just kidding. But we all know about the American Red Cross being there in times of disaster, but they're also there before that in the time when military and veterans need them, when they've stumbled and just fallen, on tough times or getting over a hump. And there are certain instances when I've been a soldier that I didn't feel comfortable going to my leadership with some of the issues that I've had. You can also go to the Red Cross where they can refer you, to other services where you can feel that you will have your issues taken and your needs taken care of confidentially without having to go, through your leadership. And that's important because we have a lot of stigma being military and veterans and where we don't want to have to ask for help. But having these additional options, such as the Red Cross provides, is an extremely huge help because there's not one organization that's going to be able to take care of the needs of all military and veterans. But knowing that the Red Cross is part of that coalition always gives me an extra sense of security being a veteran and also being an Army reservist. And so I thank you. And so before I leave, I again just want to thank you for this extreme honor. Thank you for this recognition. And again, I haven't done anything on my own. I have a great team. I have a very great family support system. And just like the Red Cross, we have donors that make this possible, and they can't do anything without your continued support. So I thank you again for being part of the solution, for being there for me and my families, and for my brothers and sisters in arms who need more support now than ever. Thank you.